Hello lovelies, it's Lesley. It's the not quite enough vlog, not quite enough distance vlog. We're really throwing things on the floor, so return to form. How are we? It's Monday. Just another manic Monday. Does feel a bit like that. I've had 2 ceremonies today, but we're okay, we're all good. Yes, Monday, so it was a good weekend. I did a little bit of work Saturday morning. Sunday, had a good catch up with some friends of mine. Hello ladies, how are we all? And yeah, it's all good, thanks. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all well. Thank you for all the comments and the observations and the thoughts and the bits of advice, much appreciated. So what I did over the weekend was I made another panel for the blanket, and this is a panel made on the AliExpress king size. And for those who weren't sure what I was talking about last week when I was saying about making a blanket that of panels and then joining them together, there will be several of these. Now none of the grey will match up, hopefully, shouldn't do. It's just to divide the colours. And people were asking how I'm going to join this. If I have enough grey, I will do a crochet join, but if I've run out of grey, then I will just mattress stitch. So I'm hoping to have enough grey to be able to do that. I'm putting grey top and bottom to give that edge, so I would like to join the panels using a grey crochet stitch. So these panels aren't perfect. There have been some drop stitches which I've kind of picked up, and they're a little bit scrabby in places, a little bit scrappy and scrabbly, but it's a scrappy blanket and it will be very warm and cosy once it's done. So I got one of those done, and I also wound up some yarn. I have been inspired by Barbara of Flame and Fibre, who early this year made a beautiful sweater using her Advent minis, and she held them with some grey mohair and created this absolutely lovely garment. I have a magic ball, and this is all 4-ply, so finger and weight, and we've got all sorts in here. We've got a couple of minis, we've got bits left over from other items. In fact, what these 2 outer ones here were the swatch for this being the Gabrielle. So I've unpicked the swatch because this was two yarns held together, and they've gone on here as well. So I have a large ball about my person. And inspired by Barbara's sweater, but without enough mohair. I do have some mohair, but not enough. Nowhere near enough. It's not even as if I can kind of wing it. I've got a ball and a half, I think, of mohair, so that was nowhere near enough. But I do have some grey, and it's the same yarn that I used in the cardigan I was wearing last week, and it's the one I get asked most about when I'm wearing it. It's the grey one with the rainbow stripes. Well, the rainbow stripes were from Norro. It was a Norro sock yarn. Well, 2 different ones because I didn't have quite enough yarn. But the grey came from this beast here. No idea what it is. No labels. Got it as part of a job lot. It's a boucle yarn. I think it's an acrylic fibre. It's quite fine. It's a sort of light fingering weight, I would say. And I did a swatch, and I thought I would use this with the magic ball. And I preferred the look and the fabric if I did 2 of these with the magic ball, and I think I'll have enough. So I thought I would wind a ball so that I would be able to hold 2 together easily. It's possible I was holding it a bit tight on my skein winder, my ball winder rather, because I can't get it off. So I'm going to have to get cracking on this project fairly soon, because either I've got to put this back on the skein winder and wind it off onto something else, put it into skeins or something and redo it, or I've got to use this yarn until it loosens on here so I can get it off the skein winder, the ball winder. It's solid. Yeah. So there we go. So that's how I spent my weekend. Yeah. But I think 2 of these with this, again, like the blanket, it's going to be a bit of a scrappy project, but I'm happy with that. I think it will be fun. And I think the grey going through the whole sweater will give a certain amount of cohesion, but I'm not looking for anything too kind of uniform, obviously. I'm certainly not going to try and match sleeves or anything like that. I'm just going to take this as it comes. And I'm looking forward to see how it turns out. I think I'm going to do a skein deer pattern. And I think it's the pure fuzz. But I'm not making anything fuzzy. Just colourful. Cheers. A thought occurred to me after telling you about the yarn stuck on the cake winder. I want 2 lots of grey and 1 lot of the magic from the magic ball. And my only problem with holding yarns together is that you can get this very uneven look, where you end up with a lot of the colour or a lot of the grey, and it's very patchy. And it occurred to me, I have a spinning wheel. I can ply this baby. So I have plied some of these yarns, and I've taken enough off the cake winder to be able to get the rest off. I still have this little ball. Oh, she's obviously attached to something. So I still have this little ball here, but it came off the cake winder. So phew, means I can use that for other things. But yes, I've plied the yarns so far, and you can see we've got all sorts of colours in here, all sorts of yarns from various different projects and leftovers and goodness knows what else. So I'm going to use this for my sweater when I eventually start it. I've got a few other little things in the pipeline first, and I will hopefully have a sort of genuine mild effect rather than that kind of slightly patchy. I'm not, you know, slating that universally. It can work really well on some things, and some people prefer it to a more even mix. But personally, I prefer this. So 2 bobbins done, and that'll be it for the moment. And I will do some more as I need them. I rather like that. I think that looks rather striking and fetching and wonderful. So yeah, you know, I'm not the brightest, but I get there in the end with these ideas. Hello lovelies, we've made it to Friday. I'm out of the house again. Woohoo! It's not the nicest of days. It's been quite windy the last few days, and this morning quite showery. And when the showers come over, the sky suddenly goes very, very dark and the light changes, and it's all a bit biblical, but it's as forecast. We were told there would be showers today, so that's it. Hope you're all doing okay, and you've had a good week. Thank you for all your comments, all your observations. It's been a relatively constructive week this week. Next week I've got 5 ceremonies again, so that'll be quite busy. But as I'm taking time off at the end of the month, I'm unlikely to have many visits and planning meetings or bits of work, because they won't be that far ahead, I hope. So yes, it's all good fun if you don't weaken. Anyway, my lovelies, I hope you have a super weekend and a super week ahead. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're able to keep safe. I know in Wales some things are opening up, I think this weekend, I'm not sure. So enjoy if there are things that you want to do and you're able to do. And yes, just everyone keep safe, keep well, keep warm if you're in the northern hemisphere, keep cool if you're in the southern hemisphere, and look after yourselves. Thanks so much for being here. Bye-bye. And take care.